go.
Being black is stressful. But inner peace is
Hey.
real.
We're creating safe space for real talk about black stress and how we manage it.
We do it because we love ourselves.
Hey.
We do it because we love you. And we do it because we love being black.
Hey, welcome to Mindfulness for the Culture.
Yes.
Yes.
Where them fans at?
Wow. Just wow. Just wow. Y'all, Sonia Russell, CEO of Mindfulness.
King David, president, co-founder of Blackfulness. Blackfulness.
Yes, and we are here. Welcome to Mindfulness for the Culture.
That's right.
As I said, in a recorded iteration of myself.
I know that's right. Yeah. Roll your pen twice.
Yes. Welcome you in twice. So we decided we got some feedback from our. We have some really great people. Can I just say? Let's just start out with gratitude.
Thank you.
Start out with gratitude. We have some great people that support us and to get all the things done that we need to get done. And one of them is our podcast. And our podcast, we have a producer.
Come on, fancy. We got a producer.
Her name is Pam Grimm.
Shout out, Pam G.
Shout out to Pam G.
Thank you.
And we love her
so much.
She does so much good work for us. And she's a little boss. She does think she's the boss of us, though.
She actually is, though.
She is kind of the boss of us. But I don't appreciate how she be acting like she's the boss of us, though. Even though she is. But she encouraged us to, David and I, we've said before, we do some prayer before we get into our meetings, before we get into everything. And she offered that we start doing the prayers that we have in the podcast instead of before the podcast. And so we decided we would start y'all off with the way we start our stuff off.
That's it, because y'all family.
Yeah, so we do this deservability prayer. It's by Louise Hay. If you are on our mailing list, which you should be, blackfulness.com, to sign yourself up. Then we've actually sent a copy of it to you before because it's one that we love and we treasure. So I'm going to read the deservability prayer, and then my brother David is going to do a little invocation, and then we're going to get to the business of mindfulness for the culture.
Hey.
Yes, here we go. So let's take a deep breath together. I am deserving. I deserve all good. Not some, not a little bit, but all good. I now move past all negative, restricting thoughts. I release and let go of any limitations held by my parents, my ancestors, my family, or my friends. I love them, I bless them, and I go beyond their negative opinions and limiting beliefs. I am not bound by any of the fears or prejudices of the current society I live in. I no longer identify with limitation of any kind. In my mind, I have total freedom. I now move into a new space of consciousness where I am willing to see myself differently. I am willing to create new thoughts about myself and about my life, and my new thinking becomes new experiences. I now know and affirm that I am one with the prospering power of the universe. As such, I now prosper in a number of ways. The totality of possibilities lies before me. I deserve life, a good life. I deserve love and abundance of love. I deserve good health. I deserve to live comfortably and to prosper. I deserve joy and happiness. I deserve freedom to be all that I can be. I deserve more than that. I deserve all good. The universe is more than willing to manifest my new beliefs, and I accept this abundant life with joy, pleasure, and gratitude, for I am deserving. I accept it. I know it to be true. And I give thanks.
So in this space of gratitude, fully receiving, welcoming, and acknowledging that the prayer that has been spoken beforehand is true for me. It's true for everyone under the sound of my voice. As each of us recognize and honor that there is a power and a presence beyond consciousness that holds everything in divine alignment and divine order, known by many names, the infinite, the Alpha, the Omega, the provider, creative life, God, by whatever name, it is here and here now. And it is expanding and evolving itself as every one of us, all 8 billion people on this planet. And from this place, situated, rooted deeply in knowing who and whose I am, I speak this word of truth on behalf of the beloved community. That we are blessed and that we are the blessing. I give thanks right now for every woman identifying person on this planet, asking for a special blessing for those who give so much, who nurture so much, who care for others in a way that is beyond understanding. I invite an extra portion of everything that has been given by these women, that it circulates back into their lives and touches each in a unique, impactful way. I say a special blessing for Black women, holders of culture and of life, whose fingerprints touch everything and everybody. I know that every woman, specifically Black women, are a blessing to everyone they come into contact with. And so I know that the blessing that each one of them is comes back to bless each one spiritually in expansion, financially in expansion, socially in expansion, physically in expansion, mentally in expansion. I give thanks for the goodness that is Black women, for the goodness that is women. And so I give thanks for the unfoldment of the perfect and right goodness that is ordained, specified, unique to each one. And with the heart filled of joyful anticipation and knowing that the word that is spoken is already unfolding with grace and with ease, I release this word into the activity of the law of the universe that always says yes to our highest and best good. Knowing that the support, the love, the nurturing, the care, the love that is given returns back in full force. And so I invite you to join me now in knowing this truth in your own way. I choose to say amen,
Amen.
ashe,
Ashe.
and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you for that.
Ashe.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I appreciate women, specifically Black women, who
Black women
got their fingerprints all over me in terms of how I have been able to evolve and expand into the man that I'm evolving and expanding into.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I come from a long line of powerful Black women. Yes. Being a badass runs in my family.
I know that's right. I know that is right.
So it's Women's History Month. We're honoring women because that's how we get down. It's Women's History Month.
And let me just hold on for a second to say I am grateful as hell that my co-founder is a powerful, badass Black woman. And I get to experience that magic every day. Every single day. And not only is my co-founder a powerful woman, I talk to my mama every day, who is a powerful woman.
Cheers.
And I get to engage with Sonia's mama, who is my bonus mom, mostly every day, who's another. When I tell you I am blessed to be surrounded by so much wisdom and power and love and nurturing, and that's just, I'm gonna say this out loud. I haven't said it to a whole bunch of people. When if I do get married, I will not have groomsmen. I will have a side full of women. I am not lying. I mean that.
Yeah, you do. I know you do. Yes. Yes.
I mean it.
Absolutely. I know you do. I know you do. So Women's History Month. David, you're gonna tell us about the theme. What's the theme for Women's
Yeah,
History Month
yeah.
this
So
month?
the theme is every day without fame or fanfare. Women aspire, support, and strengthen their families, communities, and our country. That sounds like a lot of fucking work to me.
It's nonstop. It's nonstop. Like, can you just say? So can I just say? So I have a birthday coming up, and somebody asked me what I wanted for my birthday, what I was gonna do for my birthday, and I said what I want for my birthday is people to leave me to heaven. Can I have an evening where I sit, watch my own TV with my own food and my own time? First of all,
Anybody ask you for shit?
just
Yeah, we might should. We got to figure out how we can make that happen.
see that's why y'all know I gotta work on my celebration practices, because I be trying to sit down somewhere. That's what I be trying to do when I want to celebrate. I be trying to sit down somewhere.
Well, hell, that sounds like. I mean, that sounds like self care.
Self care.
And self care looks different.
It does. It really does.
And it's not selfish.
Yeah, that's
to
yeah.
Want to be left alone when 99, 20, 20 when 20, 20, 20, 20, 25, 8. You been asked for shit. Like, it is not selfish to take more than a few moments to do whatever it is that helps you lean into your self care.
Right.
Period.
Right. Yeah. It's all good. I mean, I feel like I love all the people that want to celebrate. And I'm just in a different phase of my life. And it's so interesting because I work out that balance between, am I celebrating or am I really just taking a nap? Like, what is, like,
Yo,
what?
let's not sleep on the value of a nap though. Okay?
Like, what's the thing? And I've been trying to make sure that I'm social because I have people who love me, and I love that I have people who love me and they want to be able to celebrate. And sitting on my couch with me is not their idea of celebrating. And so I want to make sure that I sort of honor their desire to celebrate as well. So I'm leaning into that where I can. And for like my birthday proper, I think my baby got a sleepover. I think I'm about to be at the crib. I think it's about to be quiet. I know my mama won't bother me because I'm sure she want to go lay down somewhere too. Because really, at the end of the day, every mother knows that birthday, sure, that's the day the kid came out, but the mother is the one who did all the work. The baby just showed up and cried.
And got all the kisses
and got all the attention.
Gifts and flowers and balloons.
Exactly. So mothers also would like to rest on the day they gave birth and honoring that. So that could be the thing. But what we have been really talking about, and over the past couple of days, the events we've been doing and the gatherings we've been having, is we've been really focused on this self-care, not being selfish, and the importance of really taking the time. A friend of mine told me that maybe she was at a workshop. I don't remember. The point is, what she said was, when we have elevated expectations of a person, there have to be elevated means of care for that person.
Oh, I love that.
Right? And she equated it specifically to our children, right? When our children have more to do, we put more structures in place so that we can make sure that those kids get the support that they need. And that's an important thing. And I feel like I'm, running to companies and in leadership and community and doing these things. I need more time to ensure that I am in my self-care, right? I need more time so that I can continue to be successful. And I think that's true of any woman of power. Any woman of power needs to make sure that they have supports in place where they absolutely take time for themselves, and there's some balance or harmony, whichever one of those words works for you, to ensure their lives has some stability.
And women of power is not just speaking professionally, right? It is
Absolutely.
It is in addition to both, and it is the person who is the glue and the connective tissue for holding a family together.
Right.
That is a woman of power,
Right.
who deserves that same elevated self-care, because there are tons of expectations.
Yes,
Place.
absolutely.
So if you're a leader in any way, Like
Absolutely.
it's important to have that space carved out because we know the age old adage about putting your mask on first on the airplane so that you can actually help somebody else out.
Sure.
It sounds cliche, but it's actually a real thing.
Right. Because you can't help nobody if you fell out somewhere.
Laid out.
Just who you helping? Who you helping? If you can't get out the bed, who you helping?
Come on.
Exactly. So, yeah, I'm with that.
What?
So we were gonna talk about so my favorite self care of late has really been walking my dog. Like I'm getting my whole audiobook life. I'm getting my movement in. I choose to walk. I don't live in the hood, but I live hood adjacent, right? And so
Welcome to Oakland.
and so most of the dogs in my neighborhood are like guard dogs, right? So it's not like a friendly, lovey kind of walk.
Very
And
specific
so
guard dogs.
very specific
German
guard dogs.
shepherds.
Yes, there's a lot of German shepherds in my neighborhood. So I like to go to the fancy neighborhoods to walk, and we go and admire the scenery, and then just take in kind of it's a really sort of thoughtful, intentional time for me. Sometimes sometimes I'm praying, sometimes I'm talking to friends, sometimes I'm listening to my audiobook, whatever the case is. It's become a really important part of my self-care. And it has all of these sort of additional benefits, of course. And then frankly, a nap is also one of my other very near and dear favorite self-care opportunities. And since I average only about 7 hours a night,
That's great.
which is wonderful, but I'd prefer 8. So, as a result, that means sometime in the late afternoon, a good 15-minute will help me get my whole life right.
That's why that skin popping. You've been getting them naps. Let's go. Come on, popping skin.
Popping.
Don't sleep on the nap, man.
Don't sleep on the naps.
They have impactful. They're impactful to our wellness.
Yes.
That show up physically.
Yes.
What do you have any other? Maybe you may not do them yourself, but any self care practices you may want to put out there for folk to consider.
Oh, right. I mean, there's always the standard, bubble baths, little aromatherapy, little music, some candlelight, all those things. That's always a good opportunity if that's for you. There's always time and community is a big one for me. Like getting together with my girls and just being, it don't have to be all of them. It could be just one or two of them or just one of them, just quality time, with somebody I love, and where we're not on our phones, we're spending time, like real time together. And that matters to me. That's part of my self-care. And yeah, I feel like those are kind of the ones I try to practice specifically around my self-care, right? There's other practices I have around my mindful practice and how I'm going to be grounded and how I'm going to move through the world. But specifically, that's just about caring for myself. Those are the ones that I probably hold the most dear.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, and the hydration. I be trying to make water a whole thing.
That's why
I'm telling you that bubbly water is my favorite generation. What generation are we on? Whatever generation this is that brought the bubbly water. Just like, us Gen X, we brought hip hop and the internet. You're welcome. Millennials, I think, brought bubbly water, and I love it. I'm a fan.
For the bubbly water.
I'm a fan.
Good. Those sound like some very approachable, accessible. Because the thing, self care doesn't have to be expensive.
It does not.
Right?
It don't have to cost
anything.
Free 99.
Yeah, just a willingness.
Yeah, sure enough.
What about this idea that self care is selfish? What about that bullshit?
So you can kiss my ass. Is what I can say. That was. It's an interesting thing. I think there's so much wrapped up in sort of the oppression of patriarchy, and that women should be at a ready position not only to serve a husband or a man in some capacity, but to also serve their children. And it's just, I don't know, it's a crock. So really, self-care, at the end of the day, I feel like it can't be selfish. Like you have to be able to take care of yourself. You literally can't offer your support to anyone else if you are not cared for.
That's
and
right.
If you're not taking care of yourself, how could you possibly be expected to care for another person?
That's real.
And so that is kind of, anybody who's still, I know it's a thing to work on because race consciousness is real, and this idea sort of comes through. I have my own. I should be sitting down somewhere, but I got my list of things to do. Hyper productivity is a thing. Capitalist living in capitalist society is a thing. I got bills. It's a thing. All those things are real. So there's always that sort of ongoing mental chatter around what I should be doing. But at the end of the day, what I know is that I can never get those things done effectively or consistently if I haven't rested and taken care of myself.
Rest is resistance.
It's sure
It is
is.
resistance. And you know what? And the other thing is that, for those of us um, who are who are not women identifying, for the women in our lives, it's important. We don't just get to not be a part of that process with
Yeah.
with our women.
Right, especially if you have a high performing woman in your life,
Yeah.
remind her to sit down somewhere.
Please get some.
Like just check on your strong friends. That's what I have to say. Like that's real life.
Check on your strong friends. That is ooh, that is a
For real.
real thing. Because I got a lot of feelings about that, but I'm all the time. Yes, please do that.
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna shout out my pops for a second. I had a really good example with him and my I'll call my bonus mom, my stepmom. This man on Friday nights would go do his thing with his homies, go watch wrestling, be drinking his beer, do whatever. But without fail, when that sun came down, he was in the house every Friday that I can remember. This man learned how to do manicures and pedicures and gave my stepmom a manicure and a pedicure every week.
Wow.
And because she was, she was doing everything around taking care of the house, raising my sister, doing all these things, and that was his commitment. And I watched that for years, like, wow, consistently, he learned. Now, I mean, talking about like learning how to paint nails and everything, like had the whole kit. He would do his thing, and then come in and support my stepmom's self care, which I thought was, I didn't understand it younger, but when I grew up, I was like, okay, I see you, pops, and I appreciate it. There's a larger message there for me.
Right.
That is, take care of the people who take care of you.
Sure
You
enough.
got to.
You got to. You got to.
That is actually, I always like to bring in one of our values, one of our principles. You all remember that our app is built on the principles of modern mindfulness that were popularized by John Kabat-Zinn, Kwanzaa principles, and principles of Ma'at. One of those Ma'at principles is reciprocity, the circulation. Give in, take out, circulate. Someone is taking care of you, you take care of them.
Absolutely.
It's a universal law.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So, family, we're going to let you know we have coming up a couple of things. Check out blackfulness.com/shop. We got our t-shirts. We got our hoodies. We also got some shea butter made right here in Oakland.
Put them hands together.
That's right. We also have some lavender essential oil also made right here in Oakland. If you're not with that Amazon get down, you can also get a copy of our journal. And our affirmation cards are back in a major way, and we're excited about that. And so we're inviting you to make sure you also get some Blackfulness affirmation cards. They're little snack, pocket size affirmations. We love them. That affirmation says, "I have what it takes."
That's right.
That's right. So make sure you get in on that too. And then the other thing that's exciting is that we decided we were going to make sure that we're really supporting the home team and doing some stuff in person. We will have our Blackfulness Lounge as a pop-up on March 29th, on April 12th and 13th in honor of Stress Awareness Month, and on May 17th and 18th in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. What is wrong with you?
Go ahead, keep going.
And and we will have our lounge out. We'll be at Lake Merritt in Oakland, California, just across from the Cleveland Cascades.
If you're in Oakland, you know where that's at.
You know exactly where that is. People can help you get there. But come out with us. We'll be meditating. We'll probably be doing some hula hooping. We'll probably be doing a little bit of light yoga. And we'll be spending some time in community.
I was I was laughing because we get to bring the Blackfulness Lounge to the place in the area where Barbecue Betty was introduced, and so we get to transmute that space, reheal it
Sure enough. Sure
with
enough.
some of the Blackfulness experience.
I love that. We're going to go out there and be hella black.
Super. What?
Yeah, that's
Are you
right.
kidding me?
That's right. Y'all, we love y'all.
We love ourselves.
And we love being black.
Let's go.
This has been Mindfulness for the Culture.